Hello everyone, how are you? Hope you will be doing very well. This is Sunil Kumar Mohanan, and today I'm going to discuss one of the interesting topic from teaching and research aptitude. Dear friend, if you are preparing for UGC NET exam or GATE exam or any other state exam, then this videos is very important. Do you know that in UGC NET exam there are two paper? One is teaching and research aptitude, another is your own subject paper. Here, I would like to discuss the teaching and research aptitude. Okay, the very first chapter, the teaching aptitude, I would like to discuss it part by part, okay, topic wise, very clearly, very elaborately. Dear friend, please keep on watching this video till the end so that you will get a lot of information out of this video. Please do not leave the video. Please watch this video till end. And I guarantee that definitely will get a lot of knowledge from this video. Right? Without delay, let's get started, dear friend. You can see that I'm going to start. Okay, I'm going to start this video. Right. I will write down over here. Chapter 1, teaching aptitude. Dear friend, teaching aptitude. What are the content are there in the teaching aptitude? Unit 1, the education basic element. Unit 2, teaching its concept, objectives, level of teaching. That means memory level, understanding level, or reflective level. Then characteristic and basic requirement. Unit 3, you will learn the learner characteristic. That means characteristic of adolescent, then adult learner, academic, social, emotional, and cognitive learning, and individual differences. And unit 4, what you will study in unit 4, you will study the factor affecting teaching related to teacher, learner, support material, instructional facilities, learning environment, institution. Right? And Unit 5, you will study the method of teaching in institution of higher learning. That means teacher centers, vs learner center methods, offline vs online methods like Swam Prabha, MOOCs, etc. In Unit 6. Unit 6, you will study the teaching support system. That means traditional, modern, and ICT based uh, teaching support system. After that, in 7 or final unit of teaching aptitude, that evaluation system. Elements and types of evaluation in choice based credit system in higher education, computer based testing, innovations in evaluation system, right? So that are the content. Now I would like to some basic introduction, basic thing of teaching and teaching aptitude. Dear friend, education, the definition and meaning of education. What are the definition and meaning of education? See, as per the views of John Dewey defined the education. What is that? Education is not the preparation for life. Education is life itself. John Dew कौन कहले जॉन ड्यू कहले जे एजुकेशन इज नॉट द प्रिपरेशन फॉर लाइफ एजुकेशन इज लाइफ itself. Dear friend, John Dew कहले education is not the preparation for life. Education is life itself. Okay, then GK Chesterton. GK Chesterton कौन कहले? Education is simply the soul of a society as it is possessed from one generation to another generation. GK Chesterton कौन कहले? Education is simply the soul. या गोटे soul of society as it passes from one generation to another generation. Right? So please memorize the two definitions. One definition is given by John Dewey, another definition is given by G.K. Chesterton. See, according to the new education policy 2000, 20. Education is a fundamental for achieving full human potential, developing in an equitable and just society and promoting the national development, right? The global education development agenda reflected in the Sustainable Development Goal 4 or SDG 4 of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development adopted by India in 2015 seeks that ensuring inclusive and equitable quality of education and promote lifelong learning opportunity for all by 2030. Dear friend, you might have understood that SDG 4, SDG 4, SDG full form कौन the Sustainable Development Goal 4 ତାର 2030 ସୁଦ୍ଧା ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ lifelong learning opportunity ମିଳିବ ବୋଲି ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି and even human being often reflect the learner that has received from his elder parent family members and teachers. That's why we spend 20 to 25 years of life in getting ଫର୍ମାଲ ଏଜୁକେସନ ଆମେ କଣ 20 ରୁ 25 ବର୍ଷ ଜୀବନ ବ୍ୟାପୀ ଆମେ ଫର୍ମାଲ ଏଜୁକେସନ ପାଇଥାଉ ଲାଇକ ଓକେ ଆମର ଯେମିତି କି ପ୍ୟାରେଣ୍ଟ ଫ୍ୟାମିଲି ମେମ୍ବର୍ସ ଟିଚର୍ସ ଏମାନଙ୍କ ଠାରୁ and we want to become a good citizen as a result education is closely related to application part of philosophy and philosophy gives ideals value and principle of our education system work them out. See, education without philosophy is like a tourist who knows the name of the place where he wishes to go, but does not know how to find the place. See, एजुकेशन सिस्टम गोटे फिलोसफी जदि एजुकेशन विदाउट फिलोसफी हेबो तेबे गोटे टूरिस्ट गोटे जगह को तो जीवो बट से जगह को केमिति जीवो रास्ता देखि नथिबो ठीक सेमिति भली तो एजुकेशन रो जदि हमें फिलोसफी जानिछु तेबे हमें एजुकेशन को ଭଲ ଭାବରେ ବୁଝି ପାରିବା ଏବଂ ଜାଣି ପାରିବା right okay see there are some important points what are that point we have 4 points here number one is the main task of education is the transfer of our knowledge to the next generation so as to make our society better place तो एजुकेशन रो मेन टास्क मुख्य कर्म बा मुख्य कार्य कोन जे गोटे शिक्षा को ट्रांसफर करा जाए स्थानांतरण करा जाए हमर आवर नॉलेज गोटे जेनेरेशन रो गोटे पीढ़ी रो आ गोटे पीढ़ी को स्थानांतरित करा जाए कोन करबा पई हम समाज को सोसाइटी को बेटर करबा पई राइट एंड योर second point is that in a formal manner teacher function teacher function as the facilitator of knowledge and teaching is the activity directed at enabling learner and it is an activity usually conducted by an expert in their subject तो एटी कौन हला इन फॉर्मल एजुकेशन फॉर्मल मैनर रे टीचर कौन करंती टीचर एज ए फैसिलिटेटर भाବରେ काम करंती नॉलेज रो फैसिलिटेटर that means he is not teacher he teach everything or he or she teaches everything to the student not the teacher will facilitate to the student because he is more knowledgeous than the learner so that he will provide the facility to the student so that the student will get information right in third content learner is the final outcome of teaching process रे final output किए final outcome किए learner okay तो learning is the final outcome of teaching process teaching जदि process ହେଲା माने सेठी learning टा रहिछि final outcome माने सॉरी ससरे तार परिणाम टी कोन बाहरिबो right fourth number रो कोन evaluation is also done to assess the progress of student are the learner student ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣର କଣ? ସେଇ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ ମାନଙ୍କୁ ଗୋଟେ ଇଭାଲୁଏସନ କରାଯାଏ। ଇଭାଲୁଏସନ କରିବା ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ ଯେ କେତେ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରେସ କରିଛି ତାହା ବିଷୟରେ ଜାଣିଥାଏ। ତ ଏଠି ଆମର ଚାରିଟି ପଏଣ୍ଟ ହେଲା। ପ୍ରଥମ ପଏଣ୍ଟ ହେଲା ଗୋଟେ ଜେନେରେସନରୁ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଜେନେରେସନକୁ ଜ୍ଞାନ ବିତରଣ କରାଯାଏ। ଦ୍ଵିତୀୟ ହେଲା ଗୋଟେ ଶିକ୍ଷା ଗୋଟେ ଫର୍ମାଲ ମ୍ୟାନରରେ ଟିଚର ଗୋଟେ ଫ୍ୟାସିଲିଟର ଭାବରେ କାମ କରେ। ତୃତୀୟ ନମ୍ବରରେ ହେଲା କଣ? ଯେ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ହଉଛି ଫାଇନାଲ ଆଉଟକମ। ଏବଂ ଚତୁର୍ଥ ନମ୍ବର ହେଲା କଣ? ଇଭାଲୁଏସନ କରାଯାଇଥାଏ, ଯାହା ଫଳରେ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟର ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରେସ ହଉଛି ନା ନାହିଁ ଜଣା ପଡିଥାଏ। ରାଇଟ? ଓକେ, ଏବେ ଆମେ ଆଗକୁ ବଢିବା। ଆଗରେ କଣ ଅଛି? ଦ ଫିଲୋସଫି ଅଫ ସୋସାଇଟି। ହ୍ୱାଟ ଇଜ ଦ୍ୟାଟ? ଦ ଫିଲୋସଫି ଅଫ ସୋସାଇଟି, ଏଜୁକେସନ, ଟିଚିଂ, ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ and evaluation are closely related. See, ତ ଫିଲୋସଫିର ମାନେ କଣ? ଫିଲୋସଫି ଅଫ ସୋସାଇଟି ମାନେ ହଉଛି ଶିକ୍ଷା, education, teaching, learning and evaluation are closely associated to each other, and research add to the existing stock of knowledge. So existing stock of knowledge research କରିବା ମାନେ ଯୋଉ existing stock of knowledge ଅଛି ତା ବିଷୟରେ ଆଉ ଅଧିକ ଟିକେ ତଥ୍ୟ ଦେବା, ଜ୍ଞାନଟାକୁ add କରିବା, right? And we are starting our discussion with education and gradually shifting toward teaching. तो ଆମେ କଣ start ଆମ education କୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲୁ, ଶିକ୍ଷାକୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲୁ discussion କରିକି, ଏବଂ ଆମେ କଣ କରୁଛୁ? teaching ଆଡକୁ ନେଇ ଯାଉଛୁ, right? According to means Rabindranath Tagore, the aim of education is a self realization. So ଟାଗୋର କଣ କହିଲେ? ରବୀନ୍ଦ୍ରନାଥ ଟାଗୋର କହିଲେ ଯେ ଏମ୍ ଅଫ ଏଜୁକେସନ, ଏଜୁକେସନ ର ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟ କଣ ହେବା ଦରକାର? ସେଲ୍ଫ ରିଏଲାଇଜେସନ। ସେଲ୍ଫ ରିଏଲାଇଜେସନ ମିନ୍ସ ହ୍ୱାଟ? ଟୁ ରେକଗ୍ନାଇଜ ୟୁର ସେଲ୍ଫ, ରିଏଲାଇଜ ୟୁର ସେଲ୍ଫ, ହୁ ଆର୍ ୟୁ and what you are doing, what is your duty, what is your responsibility, right? So self realization, and it means the realization of universal souls in one's self. So realization means what? Realization means universal soul in oneself, and it is the process which cannot be realized without education. ଆମର କଣ? ୟୁନିଭର୍ସାଲ soul କୁ without education ରେ ଆମେ କେବେ ମଧ୍ୟ ରିଏଲାଇଜ କରିପାରିବା ନାହିଁ, right? And the synthesize of the ancient Vedantic, so ancient Vedantic ରେ ଯୋଉ synthesize ଅଛି ସେଇଠୁ ଆମେ ଜାଣିପାରିବା। Swami Vivekananda as a defined education as the manifestation of perfection already in the main. See, Swami Vivekananda କହିଲେ, ଟେଗୋର ପରେ ସ୍ୱାମୀ ବିବେକାନନ୍ଦ କଣ କହିଲେ? The defined education, ତାଙ୍କୁ ସେ define କଲେ କଣ? Is the manifestation of perfection already in man. ମଣିଷ ଭିତରେ already perfection ରହିଛି, ତାହାକୁ କଣ? ଆବିର୍ଭାବ କରିବାକୁ ପଡିଥାଏ। ଶିକ୍ଷା ଗ୍ରହଣ କରିବା ଦ୍ୱାରା ଆମେ କଣ କରିଥାଉ? We can make ourselves perfect. We can make ourselves perfection, or perfection can be brought out of education. And without education, our perfection cannot be come out. According to whom? According to Swami Vivekananda, right? After that, Aristotle କଣ କହିଲେ? Aristotle defined education as the creation of the sound mind in the sound body. Okay, Aristotle କହିଲେ ଯେ ଶିକ୍ଷା କଣ? ଶିକ୍ଷା ହଉଛି ଗୋଟେ ସାଉଣ୍ଡ ମାଇଣ୍ଡରେ ସାଉଣ୍ଡ, ଓକେ, ମାଇଣ୍ଡ କ୍ରିଏଟ କରିବା, ଆମର ଯୋଉ ସୁସ୍ଥ ଶରୀରରେ ସୁସ୍ଥ ମସ୍ତିଷ୍କ ନିର୍ମାଣ କରିବା, ସେଟା ହଉଛି ଶିକ୍ଷାର ଡେଫିନିସନ ବା ସଂଜ୍ଞା। କିଏ କହିଲେ? ଆରିଷ୍ଟୋଟଲ କହିଲେ, ରାଇଟ? ଆଫ୍ଟର ଦ୍ୟାଟ, ଆକର୍ଡିଂ ଟୁ ଦ ହେନ୍ okay, Henry's pestalozzi, Henry's pestalozzi କଣ କହିଲେ? Education is the natural, harmonious, and progressive development of man's innate power. See, according to Henry's Pestalozzi, କଣ କହିଲେ? Education is the natural, harmonious, and progressive development of man's innate power. Innate means that which the knowledge is already inside yourself, inside your mind, inside your body, inside your spirit, right? See, okay. So after that, what are the another other definition and other word? John Dewey. John Dewey कौन कहले define John Dewey defined the education is the power. Education as the power by which the man is able to control his environment and to fulfill his possibility. ଜନ୍ ଡ୍ୟୁ କହିଲେ ଜନ୍ ଡ୍ୟୁ କଣ ଡିଫାଇନ କଲେ ଏଜୁକେସନ ବା ଶିକ୍ଷା ହଉଛି ଗୋଟେ ପାୱାର ଏଜ ଏ ପାୱାର ମାନେ କଣ ଗୋଟେ ଶକ୍ତି ଯାହା ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ମଣିଷ ଭିତରେ ରହିଛି ଯିଏ କି ଆମର ଏନଭାୟରମେଣ୍ଟ କୁ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲ କରିପାରିବ ଏନଭାୟରମେଣ୍ଟ ମାନେ କଣ ଆମର ପରିବେଶକୁ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲ କରିବ ଏବଂ ଫୁଲଫିଲ ହିଜ ପସିବିଲିଟି ଫୁଲଫିଲ ମାନେ ଯାହାର ସମସ୍ୟାକୁ କେମିତି ସମାଧାନ କରିପାରିବ ସେଇଟା ହଉଛି ଜନ୍ ଡ୍ୟୁଙ୍କର definition right according to Froebel କଣ କହିଲେ according to Froebel education is a process by which a child develops its inner potential in a manner so as to participate meaningfully in the external environment wow तो फ्रोबेल कହୁଛନ୍ତି education is the process education ଗୋଟେ process ଯାହା ଫଳରେ ଗୋଟେ ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ ତାର ଇନର ପୋଟେନସିଆଲ କୁ ଡେଭଲପ କରିବ ଇନର ମାନେ ଅନ୍ତର୍ନିହିତ ଗୁଣକୁ ଗୋଟେ ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ ଡେଭଲପ କରେ ଯାହା ଫଳରେ କି ସେ ଏକ୍ସଟର୍ନାଲ ଇନଭାଇରମେଣ୍ଟାଲ କୁ ଭଲ ଭାବରେ ମିନିଂଫୁଲି ସେ କଣ କରିପାରିବ ତା ସହିତ ପାର୍ଟିସିପେଟ କରିପାରିବ that means if we do not get the qualitative education that how we can survive in the external world okay those who have the good education he or she can survive any corner of the world without any hesitation you might have seen the different type of life saving what episode in different type of social media videos form right how people have been surviving themselves in the external world without having food without having shelter without having anything right so education will provide us such knowledge that how to participate the environment meaningfully in okay external environment very meaningfully right and the final okay last but not the least the final one is that united state okay united nation educational scientific and cultural organization unesco कौन कहले unesco celebrate the october 5 as the world teachers day वर्ल्ड टीचर डे यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड टीचर डे केबे सेलिब्रेट करती अक्टोबर 5 इज द day the UNESCO or United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization celebrate October 5 as the World Teachers Day, while the Indians celebrate Teacher Day on the September 5. ଭାରତୀୟ ମାନେ ସେପ୍ଟେମ୍ବର 5 କୁ ଆମେ ଟିଚର ଡେ ଭାବରେ ପାଳନ କରିଥାଉ on the birthday of Dr. ସର୍ବପଲ୍ଲୀ ରାଧାକ୍ରିଷ୍ଣନ ଡକ୍ଟର ସର୍ବପଲ୍ଲୀ ରାଧାକ୍ରିଷ୍ଣଙ୍କର ବାର୍ଥଡେ କୁ ଆମେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆରେ ଆମର ଗୁରୁ ଦିବସ ଭାବରେ ସେଲିବ୍ରେସନ କରିଥାଉ ବା ଟିଚର ଡେ ହିସାବରେ ସେଲିବ୍ରେସନ କରିଥାଉ କିନ୍ତୁ ୟୁନେସ୍କୋ ଅକ୍ଟୋବର 5 ରେ ୱାର୍ଲଡ ଟିଚର ଡେ ଭାବରେ ସେଲିବ୍ରେସନ କରିଥାନ୍ତି right and thanks to the Bad University of the second president of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan right okay now we shall discuss the importance of learning okay important learning theories and approaches ର ତାର important ଗୁଡାକ କଣ ଏବେ ଆମେ ଏଠି discuss କରିବା right see the important the philosophy is a very vast subject the education is closely linked with it that means education and philosophy are closely linked to each other and all aspect of education such as aim objective curriculum teaching method teacher textbooks and discipline are influenced by philosophy ଦ୍ୱାରା ଓକେ ଫିଲୋସଫି ଦ୍ୱାରା କଣ କଣ ଇନଫ୍ଲୁଏନ୍ସ ହୋଇଥାଏ କଣ କଣ ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନ ହୋଇଥାଏ ବା କଣକୁ ଇନଫ୍ଲୁଏନ୍ସ କରିଥାଏ ଆମର एम ऑफ एजुकेशन को जस्ट एम को ऑब्जेक्टिव कैरिकुलम टीचिंग मेथड टीचर टेक्स्ट बुक डिसिप्लिन सब को फिलोसफी परिवर्तन करता बा इन्फ्लुएंस बा प्रभावित करता राइट देयर हैव बीन मोर एंड मोर क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम लर्निंग थ्योरी इन द डायरेक्ट और इन assistant regions form so their discussion is important for us. Their discussion is very important for us. The concept of learning is very dynamic. Okay, you know that, friend, the concept of learning is very dynamic. Dynamic means what? It can be changeable. It can be changeable each time and every time. So it is very dynamic. The educational process has three type question. Education process रे आमे ତିନି ପ୍ରକାରର ଟାଇପ ପାଇପାରିବା। କଣ? ଗୋଟେ ହେଲା why, how, what। why ମାନେ କଣ? why is decided by philosophy, why is decided by philosophy, how is decided by psychology, and what is decided by social need। okay, तो ଆମର philosophy, psychology and social need are very important। तो okay, why କାହା ଦ୍ୱାରା decided ହେଇଥାଏ? philosophy ଦ୍ୱାରା। ମାନେ why, why ମାନେ କାହିଁକି ଆମେ ପଢିବୁ। ଓକେ, କଣ କାହିଁକି ପଢିବୁ? ମାନେ ଫିଲୋସଫି କହିବ କାହିଁକି ପଢିବା ଉଚିତ। ତାପରେ କହିବା କେମିତି ପଢିବା, ହାଉ ୱିଲ୍ ଷ୍ଟଡି, ହାଉ ହାଉ ୱିଲ୍ ଲର୍ନ, ହାଉ କାହା ଦ୍ୱାରା ଡିସାଇଡ୍? ସାଇକୋଲୋଜି। କେମିତି ପଢିବା ଆମର ଏମ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଅବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ ଫୁଲଫିଲ୍ ହେଇପାରିବ। ତାପରେ ହ୍ୱାଟ ସାଇଡ୍ ୱିଲ୍ ଷ୍ଟଡି, ହ୍ୱାଟ ସାଇଡ୍ ମାନେ ଆମ ୱାଣ୍ଟ କଣ, ହ୍ୱାଟ ଇଜ ଆୱାର ସୋସିଆଲ ନିଡ୍, ଆମ ସାମାଜିକ ବା ସମାଜର ଆବଶ୍ୟକ କଣ ସେଟା ହ୍ୱାଟ ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନ କରନ୍ତି। ତ ଏହାର ତିନିଟା କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ କଣ କଣ? why, how and what, right? And hence the education based on philosophical, psychological and social aspect. So education based on three concept means philosophical concept, psychological concept and social concept, that means social aspect. As for the western philosophy, what does my western philosophy like? Socrates is considered as to the father of education। କାହାକୁ father of education ବୋଲି କୁହାଯାଏ? ସକ୍ରେଟ୍ସ। ଓକେ, ସକ୍ରେଟିସ୍ or ସକ୍ରେଟ୍ସ କୁ ଆମେ ଶିକ୍ଷାର ଜନକ ବୋଲି କହିଥାଉ। ସି ଏଠି କିଛି ବିହେଭିୟର ଦେଇଛି ବା ଆମର କଣ ଫିଲୋସଫି ଦେଇଛି। ଓକେ, ଏଠି ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରଥମ ଫିଲୋସଫି ହେଲା ବିହେଭିୟରିଷ୍ଟ ସ୍କୁଲ ଅଫ ଥଟ୍। ବିହେଭିୟରିଷ୍ଟ ସ୍କୁଲ ଅଫ ଥଟ୍ ଏଜୁକେସନ ବିଷୟରେ କଣ କହିଛନ୍ତି ଏ ବିଷୟରେ ଦେଖିବା। ଯେମିତି କି this approach was developed in 19th, okay, 1900 and was a quite dominating in the early 20th century। Learning basically consists of a change in behavior as a result stimulus as from environment and response are of the individual. Such change do happen to sequential manner as a result of use of reward and punishment। Dear friend, behaviorist school of thought କଣ କରିଥାଏ? ଏ ଦୁଇଟି aspect consist of learning ରେ ଦୁଇଟି behavior ଥାଏ। ଗୋଟେ ହେଲା stimuli stand for S and another is response stand for R of the individual, right? ତ ଏଠି କଣ ହେଇଥାଏ ଯେ ଆମର ଯୋଉ sequential manner ରେ ଯୋଉ use our reward କହିବା ଏବଂ punishment କେମିତି ମିଳିବ, right? Naturally we get the interested in measurable change in behavior। ଆମ ବ୍ୟବହାରରେ କେମିତି ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନ ଆସିବ, ଆମ ବ୍ୟବହାରରେ କେମିତି ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନ ଆସିବ ଯାହା ଫଳରେ କି ଆମକୁ behaviorist school of thought ସେ କହିଛି। for example when the teacher asks the student a question, ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ ଶିକ୍ଷକ ଛାତ୍ରକୁ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ପଚାରନ୍ତି। okay, in accountancy question କଣ? in accountancy ତା relevant ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ପଚାରିବ। in case the student give the correct answer, the teacher may appreciate the student, okay, by saying commendable, excellent, very good, etc। ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ଶିକ୍ଷକ ଗୋଟେ ସୁନ୍ଦର ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ପଚାରିବ ଛାତ୍ରକୁ ଏବଂ ଛାତ୍ର କହିବ, ଓକେ, ଛାତ୍ର ଯଦି ଭଲ କରେକ୍ଟ ଆନ୍ସର ଦେଇଥାଏ ତେବେ ଟିଚର ତାକୁ ରିୱାର୍ଡ ଦେଇଥାନ୍ତି, କମେଣ୍ଡେବୁଲ, ଏକ୍ସିଲେଣ୍ଟ, ଭେରି ଗୁଡ କହିଥାନ୍ତି। କିନ୍ତୁ ଦିସ୍ ଆକ୍ଟ ଇଜ ରିଏନଫୋର୍ସମେଣ୍ଟ ଟୁ ଦ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟସ ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡ। ଏହା ଗୋଟେ ରିଏନଫୋର୍ସମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଇଥାଏ that gain the strength with the passage of time। ସି ଏହା କଣ ରିଏନଫୋର୍ସମେଣ୍ଟ କରିଥାଏ କାହା ଭିତରେ? ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡ ଉପରେ। that gain the strength of passage of time, ସମୟ ଗତି କରିବା ସମୟରେ ତାଙ୍କର କଣ ଛାତ୍ର ଭିତରେ ଓକେ ଶକ୍ତି ବା strength ପାୱାର ବଢେଇ ଦେଇଥାଏ। the teaching learning process The focus is on drill and practice and tutorials. तो कौन लर्निंग प्रोसेस सब बेले कौन होता है ड्रिल हेतिबो प्रैक्टिस हेतिबो ट्यूटोरियल बार बार ड्रिल करबा बार बार प्रैक्टिस करबा then we will get holistic environment of learning and we will equip with the knowledge the see the following the following respective are important. See, sorry, the following perspectives are important in the context of behavioral theory. What is that? First perspective कौन କାହାର perspective okay Thorndike E L Thorndike कौन କହିଛି there are two perspective Thorndike ଦୁଇଟି perspective ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି କଣ ଗୋଟେ firstly a response to the stimulus in reinforce when followed by the positive rewarding effort ଯଦି କଣ stimulating positive rewarding effort ପାଇଁ ସେ respond କରିଥାଏ secondly the response to the stimulus became the stronger by exercise and repetition see ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ କଣ ତ ପ୍ରଥମେ ଗୋଟେ ପଜିଟିଭ ରେସ୍ପନ୍ସ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆସେ ଏବଂ ସେକେଣ୍ଡଲି ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେ ରେସ୍ପନ୍ସ ଟା ଆଉ ଷ୍ଟିମୁଲସ କୁ ବଢେଇଥାଏ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରଙ୍ଗର କରିଥାଏ ଏକ୍ସରସାଇଜ କରିବା ଦ୍ୱାରା ବା repetition ବାର ବାର ଯଦି ତାକୁ ଆମେ exercise କରିବା repetition କରିବା then the stimulus will be increased and this is view of learning akin to the drill and practice program ଏହାକୁ ଆମେ କଣ କହିବା drill and practice program drill and practice program କିଏ କହିଥିଲେ E.L. Thorndike right so the behaviorists have put forward three main laws learning तो ए behaviorist माने कोन मुख्य तीनोटी लॉ नियम ऊपर कहते प्रथम लॉ हैला लॉ ऑफ एक्सरसाइज फर्स्ट लॉ कोन लॉ ऑफ एक्सरसाइज ओके लॉ ऑफ एक्सरसाइज लॉ ऑफ एक्सरसाइज सी आमे लॉ ऑफ एक्सरसाइज विषय भी देखिबा then okay law of exercise first one is law of exercise then see just wait I'm just looking at the end of philosophy law of exercise see the first okay a is the law of exercise this law related to strengthening the connection of through practice through part law of exercise means it is through practice the main principle of learning is repetition and is termed as drill or drill and practice as done as the subject such as mathematics ଆମେ ଯଦି drill न କରିବା practice न କରିବା ତାହେଲେ mathematics को ଆମେ केबे भी मने रखि परिबा नहीं second law कोन second law is law of readiness first is law okay first law kono first of law is law of exercise second law is law of readiness third law is law of effect law of readiness kono does the indicate the students willingness to make SR connection that means stimuli and reaction विषय थिबो right SR connection थिबा निहाती दरकार third one is law of effect law of effect means what focus on the effect of a response okay sorry stimuli and response the satisfying result reinforce the response and result in the reward okay जदि कोन law of readiness एसआर ऊपर स्टिमुली एंड रेस्पॉन्स ऊपर कोन थेबा दरकार कनेक्शन थेबा दरकार जेते बेले कोन जेते बेले स्टिमुली रिवार्ड जदि हेतबा सैटिस्फाई होतबो ताहेले स्टिमुलस ता बॉडी चलतबो रिवार्ड ता बॉडी चलतबो राइट ओके नाउ टाइप ऑफ कंडीशनिंग विषय आमे देखिबा टाइप ऑफ कंडीशनिंग आर टू टाइप कंडीशनिंग माने कोन शर्त कंडीशनिंग गोटे हला कोन क्लासिकल कंडीशनिंग ओके क्लासिकल गोटे हला क्लासिकल कंडीशनिंग दुई नंबर हला ऑपरेंट कंडीशनिंग क्लासिकल कंडीशनिंग एंड ऑपरेंट conditioning see classical conditioning कोन कहला the concept was The concept was said by Ivan Pavlov. Ivan Pavlov. Classical conditioning किए कहले एक concept टा develop by किए Ivan Pavlov. Pavlov को द्वारा classical conditioning टा सृष्टि ହେଇଛି, right? And it link with the feeding of a dog that salivate on a bell's voice that is followed by the food. See, Pavlov କଣ କଲେ ଗୋଟେ ପାତ୍ରରେ ଖାଦ୍ୟ ରଖାଗଲା ଏବଂ ସେ ଖାଦ୍ୟକୁ ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗାରେ ରଖାଯାଇଥିଲା ଆଉ ଘଣ୍ଟି ଯେତେବେଳେ ବାଜିବ ବେଲ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବାଜିବ ତାର କୁକୁର ଭିତରେ କଣ କୁକୁର ଭିତରେ ତା ସାଲିଭେଟ ମାନେ ଲାଳଟା ବାହାରିବ and two stimuli are linked together to produce a new learning response new learning two stimuli means what one is ଗୋଟେ ବେଲଟା ରିଙ୍ଗ ହେବ ଆଉ ହଠାତଲି ଗୋଟେ ଡଗ ଭିତରେ ସାଲିଭେଟ ହେବ ତ ଏଟା କଣ ଦୁଇଟି ସାଲିଭେଟ ଓକେ and the stimuli କଣ stimuli is ବେଲଟା ରିଙ୍ଗ ହେବ ଆଉ ରେସ୍ପନ୍ସ ଟା କଣ ହେବ ଦ ଡଗ ରେ ସାଲିଭେଟ ହେବ ରାଇଟ two stimuli are linked together to produce the new learning response and it is called generalization and unconscious and automatic learning that means ଯେତେବେଳେ ଟଣନ କରି ଘଣ୍ଟା ବାଜିବ ସେତେବେଳେ ଅଟୋମେଟିକାଲି ଡଗ ର ସାଲିଭେଟ ହେବ ସେ କନସିୟସ ରେ ଥାଉ ୟା ଅନକନସିୟସ ରେ ଅଟୋମେଟିକାଲି ବେଲ୍ଟ ବାଜିଲା ମାନେ ସାଲିଭେଟ ହେବ କାହିଁକି ସାଲିଭେଟ ହେବ ଯେହେତୁ ଡଗ ଜାଣିଯାଏ ମତେ ଘଣ୍ଟା ବାଜିଲା ମତେ ଖାଇବା ପାଇଁ ମିଳିବ ରାଇଟ and it is also known as a reflexive or involuntary conditioning ଏଇ ଯୋଉ କ୍ଲାସିକାଲ କଣ୍ଡିସନିଂ ର ଅନ୍ୟ ନାମ ମଧ୍ୟ ରିଫ୍ଲେକ୍ସିଭ ବା involuntary conditioning ମଧ୍ୟ କୁହାଯାଇଥାଏ second conditioning କଣ it is organized by way of modification of behavior through the through reinforcement or punishment reinforcement second ହେଲା modification of behavior ମାନେ କଣ ଆମର ବ୍ୟବହାରରେ ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନ ହେବା ଯେମିତି is termed as voluntary it is voluntary and instrumental behavior এই instrumental behavior ବା voluntary behavior କିନ୍ତୁ ସେଇଟା କଣ କ୍ଲାସିକାଲ ରେ ଥିଲା କଣ involuntary ଥିଲା କିନ୍ତୁ ଅପେରେଣ୍ଟ ରେ voluntary behavior କିଏ ସଜେଷ୍ଟ କରିଥିଲେ କି ସ୍କିନର କରିଥିଲେ voluntary behavior ବା operant conditioning given by Skinner suggested the concept program instruction so it okay ଯଦି ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ କୁ ରିୱାର୍ଡ ଦେବୁ ଯଦି ରିୱାର୍ଡ या ପନିଶମେଣ୍ଟ ଦେବା ତାହେଲେ ତାର ଲର୍ନିଂ ପ୍ରୋସେସ ବା ବିହେଭିୟର ରେ ସୁଧାରି ପାରିବା ରାଇଟ ଏଟା ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ଥିଲା କଣ କୋଉ ଥଟ୍ ସ୍କୁଲ ଅଫ philosophical thought or କୋଉ thought you can see that different just wait you can learn the important of approaches okay just wait let me just check it Thorndike first one is what okay behaviorist school of thought is already over now we shall discuss the cognitive school of thought okay behavior school of thought is over okay number one number two is cognitive school of thought cognitive school of thought କଣ କହୁଛି cognitive school of thought is a approach this approach started in late 1950s the question the acquisition of knowledge is through brain okay through brain our knowledge acquisition of knowledge is through brain ବା ବୁଦ୍ଧି ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ବ୍ରେନ୍ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ଆମେ knowledge କୁ acquire କରିପାରିବା ଜ୍ଞାନକୁ ପାଇପାରିବା the learner is an information and processor to observe information undertake cognitive operation on it and stock it in memory see learner କଣ କରିଥାଏ ଗୋଟେ information କୁ intake କରିଥାଏ cognitive means to understand or to मेमो अंडरस्टैंड गोटे को बुझी पारे थाए कनेक्टिव माने जो साइकोलॉजिकली ब्रेनली से एनालाइज करे थाए राइट एंड स्टॉक इन मेमोरी ता मेमोरी रे स्टॉक करे रखी थाए द एबिलिटी of brain of the ability of brain to exercise senses and thought is known as cognition. See, cognition कहले कौन बुझु cognition कहले हला cognition माने ability of brain to exercise senses and thought यहाँ को आमे कौन कहबा cognition बोली कहबा and it links with the lecturing and reading textbook ଏହାର ଲିଙ୍କ କାହା ସହିତ ରହିଛି lecturing and reading ଯଦି ଆମେ lecture ଦେବା ଏବଂ ପଢିବା see what I am doing here I am just lecturing as well as reading. Okay, lecturing means I'm teaching you. I'm teaching through YouTube as well as I am reading also. Reading by teaching. Okay, I am reading out the passage. I'm reading out the stanza. I'm reading out the line by line, and simultaneously I have been teaching you. Like okay, the learner is a passive recipient. Learner is a passive recipient of knowledge. See, the learner is a passive recipient. Recipient means see, I have been teaching you through YouTube. You have been watching my video. So, you are gaining knowledge out of my video. So, are you reading? No, you are not reading. Are you teaching? No, you are not teaching. So you are the passive recipient of knowledge. You are getting knowledge of teaching and learning activity or learning activity, right? See, another is the learner is a passive recipient of knowledge. The learner can be influenced by both internal and external element. Dear friend, learner ସବୁବେଳେ influence କାହା ଦ୍ୱାରା ହେଇଥାଏ internal and external element. Internal element means what? Internal element ମାନେ ସେ ନିଜେ ନିଜେ ବୁଝିପାରେ ଯେ ମୁଁ କାହିଁକି ପଢିଲି. See, you have been learning this or you have been watching this video. So you are motivated. Why you have been watching this video? କାହିଁକି ଏ ଭିଡିଓ ଦେଖି ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି? କାହିଁକି ଆପଣ ନିଜେ realize କରିଛନ୍ତି ଯେ I want to appear for UGC NET examination. And if I want to appear UGC NET examination, then paper 1 is one of the most essential chapter. So you are just motivated by yourself. So it is internal factor. And external factor ମାନେ କଣ ଜଣକୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଫୋର୍ସ କରିବେ ଯେ ପଢ ଯଦି ପଢିବ ଏମିତି ପଢିଲେ ଏଇଟା ହେବ ଯଦି ପାଠ ପଢିବ ତମେ ଯଦି ଆସିଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ପ୍ରଫେସର ହେଇଯିବ ଦେନ୍ ଆସିଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ପ୍ରଫେସର ହବ ହ୍ୟୁଜ ଆମାଉଣ୍ଟ ଅଫ ରେସପେକ୍ଟ ମନି ଗେନ୍ କରିପାରିବ ଯାହା ଫଳରେ ତମ ଲାଇଫ ଟା ସୋସାଇଟିରେ ଗୋଟେ ବହୁତ ସୁନ୍ଦର ହେବ ତ ଗୋଟେ ଲୋକ ଯଦି କହିବା ଦ୍ୱାରା ହଁ ୟେସ୍ ଆଇ ୱାଣ୍ଟ ଟୁ ବି ଆନ୍ ଆସିଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ପ୍ରଫେସର ଆଇ ୱାଣ୍ଟ ଟୁ କ୍ୱାଲିଫାଇ ନେଟ୍ ଆଇ ୱାଣ୍ଟ ଟୁ do PhD for my bright future. That means ଜଣେ କହିଲା ଏବଂ you got motivated ହେଇଗଲେ ତେବେ ମାନେ କଣ external element, right? The cognitive theory broke off into sub category. तो cognitive theory को सब कैटेगरी रे विभक्त करा जायछि the focus of unique elements of learning and understanding जदि ताको भल भाबरे बुझिबा विभिन्न एलिमेंट यूनिक मीन्स अद्वितीय जेमिति कि तार गोटे एक स्वतंत्र एलिमेंट को भाग करा जायछि केमिति आमे लर्निंग करिबा केमिति आमे अंडरस्टैंडिंग करिबा राइट एठी देखो जीन पियाजे वर्क ए लॉट टू कॉग्निटिव साइकोलॉजी ऊपर जीन पियागे बहुत काम करछन किए जीन पियागे और पियागेट भी कहछन पियाजे जीन पियाजे कॉग्निटिव साइकोलॉजी ऊपर बहुत काम କରିଛନ୍ତି राइट ଆମେ ଯେମିତି କି ପାଭଲଭ ଥର୍ନଡାଇକ ବିଷୟରେ ପଢିଲୁ ଏଠି ଜିନ୍ ପିଆଗେ କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ ସାଇକୋଲୋଜି ଉପରେ ବହୁତ କାମ କରିଛନ୍ତି and his work focuses on environment and internal structure and how they impact learning ତାଙ୍କର କଣ କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ ସାଇକୋଲୋଜି ରେ ସେ କୋଉ ଉପରେ କାମ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଏନଭାୟରନମେଣ୍ଟ କୁ ପ୍ରାୟୋରିଟି ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ଏନଭାୟରନମେଣ୍ଟ and internal structure and how they impact learning ଗୋଟେ internal structure ଆଉ environment ଆମ learning process କୁ କେମିତି ପ୍ରଭାବିତ କରିଥାଏ ସେ ବିଷୟରେ cognitive psychology ରେ ଜିନ୍ ପିଆଗେ କହିଛନ୍ତି right the teacher can give the student opportunity to ask questions probing and think out loud टीचर कौन करिथांती स्टूडेंट मानकु गोटे अपॉर्चुनिटी देथांती सुजोग देथांती कौन फॉर एग्जांपल डियर फ्रेंड इफ यू हैव बीन लर्निंग माय वीडियो माय टीचिंग प्रोसेस प्लीज फ्रीली आस्क मी टेक्स्ट मी ମୁଁ କହିପାରିବି ଏଠି କିନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ଯଦି କ୍ଲାସରୁମ ରେ ଥାଏ ତେବେ ମୁଁ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ ମାନଙ୍କୁ ପଢାଇଲା ପରେ ମୁଁ କହିବି ଡେ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ ଆର୍ ୟୁ ଗେଟିଂ ମାଇ ପଏଣ୍ଟ ମୁଁ ପଏଣ୍ଟ କୁ ବୁଝି ପାରୁଛ କି ଡୁ ୟୁ ଅଣ୍ଡରଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡ ହ୍ୱାଟ ଆଇ ହାଭ୍ been teaching କଣ ମୁଁ ପଢଉଛି ବୁଝି ପାରୁଛ କି student definitely ସେମାନେ ହଁ yes sir ମୁଁ ବୁଝି ପାରୁଛି that means what the I am giving the opportunity to the student to ask the question freely and okay think aloud ଭଲ ଭାବରେ ବୁଝି ପାରିବେ right the teacher uh, the teacher is teaching should be done in more organized manner. Okay, कौन? The teacher should be done. The teaching, sorry, the teaching should be done in the more organized manner. ଗୋଟେ teaching ଏମିତି haphazard ହେବା ଉଚିତ ନୁହେଁ ଗୋଟେ organized manner ରେ ହେବା ଦରକାର step wise ହେବା ଦରକାର right and that okay that the help the student to know their thought process okay thought process work and utilize his knowledge to construct the better learning opportunity ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ଭଲ organized manner ରେ ଯଦି teaching ହୁଏ ତେବେ student ଭଲ ଭାବରେ ସେ ତାର thought process କୁ କ୍ରିୟାଶୀଳ କରିପାରିବ ଏବଂ ସେ ତାକୁ ୟୁଟିଲାଇଜ ତାର ଜ୍ଞାନକୁ ୟୁଟିଲାଇଜ କରିକି ଗୋଟେ better structure construct କରିପାରିବ ତା ଜୀବନକୁ ଗଢି ପାରିବ ରାଇଟ ଏଇଟା କଣ ଏହା ଥିଲା ଆମ ଜିନ୍ ପିଆଗେଙ୍କର ଥିଓରି ରାଇଟ ବା ଜିନ୍ ପିଆଗେଙ୍କର ଥଟ୍ ତାପରେ କଣ ଭିଗୋର୍ସକାଇ କଣ କହିଲେ ଭିଗୋର୍ସକାଇ କହିଲେ claim that we are born with four elementary mental function ଭିଗୋର୍ସକାଇ କହିଲେ ଯେ ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଜନ୍ମ ହେଇଥିସୁ ସେତେବେଳେ ଆମ ପାଖରେ ଅଲରେଡି ଚାରିଟି ମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଫଙ୍କସନ ଥାଏ ହାଉ ମେନି ମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଫଙ୍କସନ ଫୋର ମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଫଙ୍କସନ ଗୋଟେ କଣ attention sensation perception then memory see attention sensation perception and memory ଚାରିଟି ଥାଏ କିଏ କହିଲେ ଭିଗୋର୍ସକାଇ କହିଲେ ରାଇଟ ଭିଗୋର୍ସକାଇ କହିଲେ ଯେ ଆମ ପାଖରେ ଚାରିଟି ପ୍ରକାର ଏଲିମେଣ୍ଟାରୀ ମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ମାନେ କଣ ବୁଦ୍ଧିରେ ଆମର ଚାରିଟି ଫଙ୍କସନ ମାନେ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଥାଏ ଗୋଟେ ହେଲା attention sensation perception and memory right I hope you might have understood very clearly about three three thought of school or school of thought okay sorry two school of thought right ଆମେ ଆଉ another video another part ରେ ଅନ୍ୟ thought of school କୁ ପଢିବା right thanks for watching this video I will very soon brought the second third fourth and complete all the syllabus as soon as possible thank you all the best happy learning